Saquon, maybe surprising is the word. It might not even be surprising, but for a team that won a Super Bowl last year and that has so many veteran players, is it surprising that at this point in the season you guys seem to still kind of be beating yourself and kind of not getting out of your own way?
I mean, yeah, that one sting. We know we gotta be better. We continue to beat ourselves and not doing the little things right, not focus on the details. But last year was last year, like we keep saying, and now we gotta move on. We know this one's gonna sting. We got a short week. One of my favorite coaches used to always tell me, "So what, now what?" And I think that's his mentality we gotta take for this coming week. We lost this game. We know we can be better, but you move on and you get ready for the Raiders.
What about this game particularly made it sting so bad?
It's a dogfight. It was a dogfight. Give credit to Chargers; they did a really good job, and felt like we had momentum going, and they would answer, and we would answer. So anytime you lose a game like that, anytime you lose, it hurts in general. But a game like that definitely stings. But we can use this to either start pointing fingers and get upset, or we can make sure that doesn't break us and we come together and we just keep rolling. And I think we're going to take that side of it. And like I said, so what, now what, move on. Everything that we want is still in front of us. That's the beauty of football. That's the beauty of having success early in the season. And now we got to get things rolling. And we just got to go back to the little things.
It's part of this thing here that despite everything that happened in this game, it looks like you guys are driving. You have a chance at the end there to win it.
Yeah. And that's kind of, I think that's well put. I mean, that's the best way I can answer it. Because we kept having opportunities. Our defense played great. Special teams played great. We just didn't make enough plays on offense, and that's kind of a common theme. And we got to figure out real quick. But again, we're not going. If anything, this should bring us together even more, and that's what it needs to do.
You mentioned this year isn't last year, and you're right. But at this point in the season, where do you draw confidence from that you guys will be able to kind of tighten this thing up?
And our work ethic and the people that we have in the building. It's how life goes sometimes. Sometimes you're doing all the right stuff. You feel like you're doing all the right stuff. You're addressing all the right stuff, and it's just not going your way. And it may not make sense now, but you just got to continue to have that mindset. And I feel like we're going to continue to have that mindset. We have great coaches. We have great players. And we know we all got to be better. And it starts with, washing this out real quick. We got a long flight and a day off to let everybody recover, and we got to get ready right back to the Raiders. And that's the mindset we got to have.
Where's your confidence level in Jalen right now?
High. I mean, I don't really, I don't know what the numbers were. In my opinion, like when we got the ball back in overtime, and I got Jalen Hurts in my quarterback, I have all the confidence that we're going to win that football game. Sometimes it just doesn't work, and that's just the truth. And I know if it's a 4-minute situation, he has all the confidence that me and the offensive line is going to find a way to end the game. And sometimes it just doesn't work, but this doesn't change anything. If anything, it should continue to make us closer, and it's going to make us closer. And it doesn't make sense right now, but we know what the end goal is. We know what we want to accomplish, and we got a long ways to go, and we know that. So we're going to keep getting better, keep believing, and just move on and get ready for the next one.
I know there's some optimism around the game plan this week. What did you think about the game plan versus why it didn't manifest, I guess?
I think we had our moments. I gotta go back and watch the film and see, what we did well and what we didn't. Last time, I was like, I'm in a funk, and I went back and watched Dallas, and it wasn't. You watch the film and it's like, okay, and you talk to your coach. So I'm gonna wait till I go back and watch the film. But I feel like we had our moments. We just weren't consistent, and that's been the theme for our offense and for the team this whole season, especially the later half of the season. We haven't been consistent. Everything we want is still in front of us, so we got time to figure it out, and we just got to figure it out sooner rather than later.
How long have you guys been sitting on that play off the push look?
Kind of just I mean, I think they had that before. I remember Miles ran it against us when I was in New York. But it was a great call. It was timing of it. The blocking was great. The wide receiver did a great job up there. And like that, we were able to have plays and, create momentum. But the Chargers did a really good job of responding, and we just need more of that. And, we all got to take accountability of making more plays, and that's just the truth. And, I'm a big believer in pointing the thumb and not the finger, and I'm always going to start with myself and look in the mirror and go back and watch film and see what I could have done better, and because always things you could have done better.
Is that a point of encouragement for the offense or for you to break off a 50-plus yard touchdown run tonight?
I think I said it this week. Execution fuels motion. It's one of my favorite. I give it. It's a stout quote. I don't know if he actually made that quote up, but I really didn't hear that till I got here. And yeah, you can feel it. I know the type of ability that I have and the energy that I could bring, and just got to keep my foot in the gas and keep going, and hopefully be able to make some more plays like that. And I know it's gonna start breaking up for us because I trust in my work ethic and my preparation. I trust in the coaches, and most importantly, I trust in the guys up front. And we're gonna keep grinding, keep working, and we made some strides, but it doesn't matter. We don't win a football game. So we wash it, move on, and get better.
How did you feel the energy was on the sideline with the offense?
Felt like it was better. I kind of, felt like I was trying to do my best to, be on the sideline and try to keep the energy up and be a leader. And I feel like all the guys did that too and responded. I don't think the energy, I don't think the mindset isn't the reason why we didn't win this football game. We weren't detailed enough, and they made more plays. And when that happens, more times than not, you're going to lose a football game. So we just got to go back to the drawing board. I don't want to say go back to the drawing board. Let's get back, get some good sleep, and get ready, because that's the nature of this business. No matter what, if we won or lost this game, we got the Raiders coming to town, and we got to get going.
We got this long behind flight we got to get on. That sucks. I should have lost like this, but gotta restart. We got the Raiders coming up this weekend, so we just got to make that happen. Look at them, watch some film, and just keep building.
Yeah, we held the Chargers to one touchdown. Is it a game you feel like they should have won, holding a team like that to one?
I feel like we should win every game, but that's why you got to play the game of football. We made some mistakes on the defensive end that we need to clean up, so we got to go in, especially BG. BG taught me how to attack the losses, so we got to get back in and make up for our mistakes. They scored, more than we scored, and that hurts. So the score hurts, all the field goals hurt. We got to stop them a little bit more. So we got to go in and fix that. But
How do you attack a loss like you said?
real critical of yourselves. You attack wins and losses the same way to a degree. You're real critical, regardless, wins or losses. So when we get in, it's yes or no. Were you in the gap you're supposed to be in? Yes or no, and then you fix it.
With all the effort that goes into, turning things around this season.
Is my lip fat?
A little bit.
For sure. It feels weird talking. My bad.
With all the effort that has gone into flipping things this season, is it an overtime, like last play, does that make this any more difficult to compartmentalize?
No, a loss is a loss, man. Whether you lose by 100 or by 1 in overtime, a loss is a loss. It hurts just the same. You don't want to lose. We spend a lot of time, a lot of hours. This is like what we do. This is our job. A lot of people we're blessed to do it, but this is something we take real serious. So a loss is a loss.
As a defensive line, you guys sacked Herbert 7 times. You made them at least have many more chances. What were you guys able to do, in order to kind of keep them under control?
Just attacking it. Like I said, we watched film. We thought we were prepared for their O-line and what they were going to run at us. We looked at last week's film. It was real critical. And then this week we just stood on what we wanted to stand on.
His scrambles in this game, was that just him making plays, or was there anything you guys did that allowed him to do that?
It's him making plays. Justin Herbert he's a great quarterback. That's why they've been able to win games and been so successful out this way. So we knew we were going to have to make more plays than normal on him and try to contain his big play ability and his legs. He's got a big arm and he can move real well.
You had 2.5 sacks and a forced fumble. Do you take any satisfaction out of that type of game?
Not for real. It might look good stats-wise, but a loss is a loss. And I'm going to have to get on this plane with the dogs And it's gonna hurt. It's a long flight, and I mean it's cool. I guess it's cool for your mom to talk about, your dad to talk about. They be proud of you and whatnot. But me personally, I don't take any condolences, nothing like that. I don't take no. It don't feel good. It wasn't enough at the end of the day. So.
We've been setting things up all game, and he made a play, man. That one hurt me. That one hurt me. You know, I'm more than capable of making those plays. You know, Jalen trusts me in this situation. You know, I made some plays, but you know, I wasn't great when it mattered. You know,
On the one over the middle, there was a guy bearing down on you. Did you sense that?
that was just gonna be another tough one. You know, I'm more than capable to make that grab for him. Like Jalen he stepped up in the pocket. You know, he under pressure. You know, so like I said, I'm more than capable of making that one for him, man. That one hurt, but you know,
Is this as bad as you felt after a loss this year, personally?
yeah, because you know, I pride myself making them tough catches. Even in the one overtime, I'm running out of bounds, and I'm trying to get the one hand on it. And I'm more than capable of making all those catches. You know, I pride myself on that. But back to the drawing board.
Hey, you know, sports is mental as much as it is physical, and to play good ball, you have to be confident. Where does this team draw its confidence from in the middle of a stretch like this?
From each other. Want to work every single day. Like, that was a tough game, you know. Games like this happen, come about, but you know, the confidence and the trust we come together, and that's what matters. And that starts in the week. That starts each and every day. You know, we looking at the film and correcting and trying to get better.
Hey, just some of those balls you were talking about, were there any themes like in those plays?
Say that again.
Were there any themes in those plays?
As in what?
As in like any reason that some of those plays didn't go your way?
No, that's a part of the game. That's a part of the game. Like I said, I pride myself making those tough catches. I just,
On Jalen's first interception, you were the intended target. I think it was actually the second one. Your route that you ran was kind of like what were you guys trying to? What was the concept there? And
I had like a delay.
yeah,
I had like a delay, like jerk route. The backer just dropped out. They made a play. Stuff again, that happens.
what's going on with? What do you think's going on with Jalen? Obviously, he's had a lot of turnovers his last 3 games. What do you think?
You can't just point a finger. I think all of us has our hand in that pie. We trying to get better. Obviously, he's a quarterback. He's gonna get a lot of stuff for it. But we in this thing together. Like I said, like today, the one across the middle, I'm more than capable to make that catch. So you can't put that on him. I mean, he was under pressure. And it ain't gonna be perfect. It's a tough game. It was a tough opponent. It's a tough night. So ain't none of this stuff gonna be perfect. But we're just trying to do whatever we can do to make get it out.
Saquon had said on Saturday that he wanted to see more energy on the sideline in this team, right? Positive energy. Did you feel that same way? And did you see that tonight?
Yeah, but I think that's a question for Saquon. We be over there in our cubicle talking, so we be trying to just stay locked in and, talk to Amor about what we need to do or what we see. So, I think that's a question for him.
When you've had games like this in the past where you're taking this a little bit more personally, what's your process?
Absolutely, man.
What do you do next? Personally.
As soon as I get off the plane, it's gonna be flesh. It's gonna be flesh because you have to. It's a part of the game. It's a part of playing at a high level. Like I said, I'm catching like 500 balls a day. Like, I pride myself on making them catches. I gotta go back to work, and that's just what it is.
Do you think some of the changes? There was more motion at the snap. There was there's little changes here and there. Nick obviously got a little more vocal and Bob, he said before the game. Did you see any of that pay off? I know the not getting into the end zone was a big deal, but.
Yeah, I do. It still comes down to executing, regardless if he's involved or he's not involved. It comes down to executing and finishing drives, and multiple times early on in the game we didn't do that. And so, but at times we got it going. And like I said, just executing these drives and finishing these drives.
That overtime, that last drive, looked like you were
going to take it all the way. What were your thoughts as the drive progressed and how confident you were that you're going to win?
That's why like I hang my hat on, because I'm the guy that, like I said, I'm the guy that I want that pressure. I want that. The game is on the line, you know. I want that. And you know, over time I was taking over the game, and he just made the play when it mattered, you know. So, you know, I talked to him after the game, and you know, but
Where do you guys go from here?
back to work. Back to work. Everything is still right in front of us. Still so much to be optimistic about. You know, these tough losses, tough little stretch, you know. I'm not going to say it's humbling us, but we are doing what we need to do. Going back to work and, you know, taking pride into that. And we try to get this thing turned around at the right time. So it's one week at a time. You can't worry about what happened in the past or whatever, whoever may say whatever, but we one week at a time, and we trying to get it going. So.
AJ, your personal confidence, is it still high after a game like
No,
that?
absolutely. I could go out there and drop 100 balls out. I'm still gonna believe in me. You know, believe in my hands. You know, I believe I got the best hands in the world. And again, but sometimes it don't go your way, and that's a part of it. And you gotta have thick skin, and you go back to work and do my same routine every single day, catching my ball. So.
Is that important that everyone looks at themselves and what they can do rather than, I guess, maybe
No,
the
absolutely.
collective?
You always have to look inward, you know, and be honest with yourself first and foremost. Take accountability and find a way to fix it. Find a way to fix it as quickly as possible. So that's what we plan to do. That's what I plan to do on this plane ride. We're gonna watch this film. We're gonna dissect it. We're gonna get back to work as soon as we land.
A game like that where you guys have all those mistakes and everything, but you have a chance to win it, does it make it kind of hurt even more at the end of it?
Yeah, it's frustrating. A lot of turnovers, both sides of the ball. I mean, how many were there today?
3.
I mean, they have.
But they had 3 too.
Yeah, they had. Yeah.
7.
Yeah, just felt like it was a bouncing ball of just stuff going on during the game, and just some going our way, some not going our way, and just at the end we had a chance and it just didn't work out.
It seemed like you guys did some good things today, but then like every time that you do something, it was kind of
yeah, we did some good stuff and it just wasn't consistent. And I think that's kind of been on par a little bit, just not consistent enough on offense and hurting the defense.
How do you address that moving forward? Like, how do you, going down to week 15, how do you make those adjustments or clean up the penalties, work on communication, whatever it may be?
I think we got to be clean during the week, in practice, walk through, everything's got to be clean, and, that's going to lead to being cleaner during the game. And, I don't think we're clean enough during the week.
How does Jalen show accountability during the week or during games?
Just talking to us on the sideline, it's a team game. Everybody's got to have everybody's back. I can't worry about everybody else. I got to worry about, what we're doing as an O-line and how we can be better, and that's what we got to go forward.
Do you appreciate it, though, when the quarterback is that accountable?
Yeah, but, it's same thing for us. The O-line's got to be accountable. We got to make things work.